right, welcome basketball fans. Got Justin Fuller, Grant DeWitt here, bringing you some 7th grade basketball tonight between the West Central Cougars and the Griggville Perry Eagles. So they're on the tip. Looked like the ball went out of bounds. Nobody possessed it. It's off West Central, so they're going to give it to Griggville. And West Central's going to get the arrow to start. Some bodies hitting the floor there. As Lear is going to take the ball up, facing a little bit of pressure here from the Cougars. And it's ripped away by Maddox Chapman. Hudson Little looking up ahead. And the basket is good. We got a foul.
Yes.
And Maddox is going to go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Got Coach DeWitt catching his breath here. How are you doing, Coach?
Yeah, it's been a busy night. Kind of chaos. High school boys open the season tonight as well. So Denny's on the road with them, and we're here with some junior high basketball. Yeah. Maddox was able to convert the three-point play. The foul was on number 5. Braxton Capps, his first, team first.
And right there is an example of the pressure that the Cougars can put on some teams there. And gets the turnover on the travel. Cougars are going to take back over. Already leading 3-0.
As always, definitely want to say thank you all for tuning in some way, shape, or form, good or bad. So, like Justin said, bear with us. We're not professionals, or we don't claim to be.
I'm definitely not.
Well, it depends.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to quit sweating. As you know, I was down there getting a workout in before the game, and I got the thermostat's kind of up on the old body right now, which I guess is a good sign. But right there, we got the Cougars going to pick up a foul on their press. They're going to continue to put a lot of pressure on Griggville. Look like a little man press right now. So run and jump.
Andrew Metz came into the game for the Cougars. 5-minute mark, 3-0 West Central. Playing a little, it's almost like a matchup man.
Yeah, it's definitely a zone, but maybe like a run and jump type thing.
Good defense there by Ezra Barber, kicks it up ahead to Metz. One thing I have been impressed with this 7th grade group is just their ability to move the ball, very unselfish. Sometimes too unselfish.
Honestly, and I've been able to watch all their games so far this year, and that would be the one knock I have on them. And it's a very minor thing, but they are very talented. They're skilled. As Coker gets a shot off and almost get his own rebound before it's ripped away by Manson.
Yep, great hustle there by Manson. Just out-hustled Coker to the loose ball. But on the other end, Coker makes up for that energy with a nice defensive block out of bounds.
Yeah. But as I was saying, that's probably the one thing I would say is there's times that they probably could take the shot and they try to make the extra pass, which, you got to love that. As I'm sure that's something Coach Little loves about these guys is how unselfish they play, and it's one of the reasons that they've had so much success up to this point.
A little full court pressure here by the Eagles. Something that not necessarily has been seen by West Central. So be a good lesson for them tonight and see how they adjust to that full court pressure.
Absolutely. I like that. I like seeing, Griggville not intimidated if they're going to throw the press on them. And it's good for our guys to see that. At some point this season, they're going to have a team that's going to look to put some pressure on them.
Good straight-up defense by Vortman. Barber got it, and he's going to push it up the floor. Looking to go coast to coast. We're gonna have a travel beforehand.
Yeah, I think he drugged that foot. It was just a question if he got fouled before he drugged the foot or drugged the foot first. So that's number 11, Lance Lear. Passes it off to Bradshaw. Back to Lear as the Eagles are going to get set up here.
Good offensive set as Caps gets on the board for West Central, and that's going to be a quick timeout by the Cougars as Coach Little is not happy with that defensive segment, just getting lazy and trailing the ball. Going to be a 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here. Like I said, we got junior high basketball here in Winchester tonight, so if you are paying attention, we appreciate it. High school boys kick off the season tonight in Rushville. And I'm trying to find my email here real quick. If you are looking to watch the boys basketball game, you can go to YouTube and type in SID, the number 5 schools, SIDS 5 schools, and they are also broadcasting the high school basketball game. So if you are one of those tech-savvy people and have those smart TVs and you can get 2 screens, you can watch junior high and high school all at the same time. Like I said, Thanksgiving week, it's a busy week. Junior high plays tonight. They're back on action again tomorrow at Pittsfield. High school's in action again tomorrow night here against Springfield Calvary. And high school girls are also in action tomorrow in Bluffs against Porta AC Central. So it's a busy week. If you're not doing anything or you need some to get out of the house after eating all that Thanksgiving food, find some basketball to watch.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of it going on right now. And as we were talking about that, Maddox Chapman had a good putback, and then they get a turnover on the press. Coker with an easy 2. And it looks like the timeout that Coach Little called was very beneficial. Maybe shook these boys a little bit, got them going. Now Griggville Perry is going to take a timeout there. I think that was just to preserve the possession there. The player went down. It's 30. So Coach DeWitt kind of filled us in on everything that's going on. So you're just a little bit busy this week, huh? And I know you're doing a little bit of refereeing as well. I saw you on the Pittsfield Socky schedule.
So I'm actually in Pittsfield officiating 2 games on Friday, noon and 3:30, and then I'm at Beardstown Saturday at 3:30. Plus, high school is at Pawnee Saturday. JV starts at 1. It's just that time of year,
yeah.
and you know, it's one of those. I love the fall season. It's baseball, it's football weather. It's still football season for some, as one of our local schools, the Brown County Hornets, defeated Calhoun on Saturday in an absolute phenomenal football game down at Calhoun. Exactly what a semifinal football game should be. They punched the first time ever a team from Brown County is going to be playing in the state championship game. And as an alumni, I'm proud. I couldn't be more happy for that coaching staff and that group of players as they're making history, and they've played some really good football here in the postseason. But we are rolling into Thanksgiving break, and it's time for the hardwood.
Oh, absolutely. All right. I have a feeling Mr. Dorsey did not check in properly. So now they got him in. Are they going to get him in? Yeah, we're kind of in limbo right now. Okay.
So, sorry, guys.
Apparently he wasn't there in time. Tried to enter the game, which, if that was the case, the officials made the right calls. Hudson Little makes 1 of 2. And that's going to extend the lead to, I guess he probably felt bad for that Mr. Dorsey didn't get in. He's like, hey, I got you. I'm going to make this shot and get you in.
We were just talking. I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah. Okay. Have we ever had
Not really sure what was needed in that conversation. We just have.
Okay, I can't see what's going on.
We just have a really bad flow in this game at the moment. Hopefully we can get it figured out.
So one of the strengths here of West Central, we talked about this, is their depth. We had Metz who just got the steal. He came in just a little bit ago. Jace Fryman and Mr. Dorsey has entered the game as well. Looks like Coach Little's going to a very quick and athletic lineup, and as we can see, it's given the Eagles some struggles breaking this press here.
Yeah, especially the last 2 minutes. I mean, at the 3.5-minute mark, it was a 3-2 ball game. And West Central, that timeout kind of kick-started the energy, and they went on a little run here. But it's just pressure and pressure and pressure. And I was talking with some people I deer hunt with over the weekend. They have one of the guys has a grandson that plays for Brown County's 7th grade team. And he's like, man, you guys just blitzed us. And I'm like, man, it's nice. We got a really good group of kids, and you can say, yeah, we got 5 starters. But, I mean, we're 10, 11, 12. We're deep. And we don't lose a beat when we sub guys in. And that's just such a dominant recipe for success.
Well, and what it does is when you play a team that is 5, 6, 7 players deep, and we can just constantly rotate and still apply pressure, your teams are going to wear out in the second half.
Absolutely.
You know? And we really haven't seen that with this group to this point, because usually by the time we get to the second half, the game's kind of decided, so to speak. But I'll say this, like I said, I'll give it to the Griggville. They're definitely playing hard out there, and they're doing some things that our guys haven't really had an opportunity to see. But at this pace, we are going to use all these timeouts this game.
I'm okay with that now.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the end to use them.
Absolutely.
And you can't take them with you. There was another timeout taken by Coach Hansen and the Eagles. 10-2, a minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. Good hands there by Manson. He comes away with a steal. Ball to Lear. Bradshaw thought about it. Good ball movement here by the Eagles. Drive and take, no good for Caps. West Central with the basketball. Little zone. I can't tell if they're in a 1-3-1, but everything's a trap right now, and it's kind of helter-skelter. Haven't been able to really see how they're setting up, but it is. It's a run and jump half-court trap, and it's kind of giving this West Central group some fits, and it's great. It's great for this group of boys. Mm-hmm. It's great because everything has been so easy for them thus far from what I've seen. From the games I've seen, they just haven't really been challenged.
Yes.
And this is challenging them at the moment, and it's great. They need games like this to help improve their skills, their abilities throughout the season.
Well, and the one thing, and I'll give this to Griggville, is like you can just tell, here as we're entering the end of the first quarter, they are not scared and intimidated. I think, being at all the games, there are a lot of games this year where you could tell that the opponents that we're playing are maybe a little bit intimidated. They've heard, about the success that this group has had. Yeah, and that's something that happens in youth athletics, but I'll give it to Griggville. I'm sure they've heard all the same things, and they're going out there and they're playing hard. They're playing aggressive defense. The press is giving them some fits, but they're doing a nice job and getting some good shots. Like right there, Bradshaw just misses the corner three.
And they're just really well coached, too.
They are.
Coach Hansen, he's been doing it here at the junior high level for the last 5-6 years. He took over for Garrett White, who moved up to the high school level, who took over for Coach Bradshaw, who's here in the stands tonight as he has a boy playing. But they also got an assistant coach in Brian Baker, who was a really good basketball player for Griggville, graduated in 2009, I believe. They had some really good runs. And then you got Coach Stauffer, Hall of Famer. I don't know if he technically is a Hall of Famer, but I think he's a Hall of Famer in everyone's books in the tri-state area.
If he's not, he should be. We're coming here. I got Hudson Little with a good look at a three. Just off. Barber with the rebound, put back, tip. And the Cougars not going to be able to score, so that's going to bring us to a 10-2 game at the end of the first quarter. Very action-packed game, but we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds. All right, welcome back, basketball fans. Griggville is going to get the alternating arrow to start the second quarter. Looks like the starting five back in for the Cougars, and it looks like I believe, tell you what, Griggville, they're getting some good looks. They just need some of those shots to fall. Four of the five starters for Griggville are back in, along with number 3, Gunnar Leedy is what we'll go with. If I mispronounce that, I apologize. Right there, Cougars, good transition down the court. And Maddox gets a good look, fouled from behind. He's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
The foul was on Lear, his first, team first. Case Lipkeman set to check in. And Leedy is going to have a seat. Chapman unable to connect on the first one. 10-2 West Central lead. Second one up and good. Looks like West Central's going to get back and set up their defense. 1-3-1. Lob pass, great anticipation there by Barber, but threw it right back in. Shot up and good by Caps. Barber tried to save it and threw it right into the hands of Caps, and he took it to the lane and was able to convert. And Hudson Little answers with a 3. 14-4.
It's like almost kind of like a little 1-3-1 setup for the Cougars right now defensively with Coker at the point. That's a nice luxury to have there.
Tell you what, Griggville has a lot of their hands are active.
They are.
Good ball movement there, and good find by Knox Vortman on the weak side and found Eli Coker. He now has 4 points tonight, and West Central leads 16-4. Lipkeman with the basketball, trapped by Coker and Chapman. Finds Lipkeman. He gets himself into a trap, buried in the far corner. And that's going to be a 5-second. It was going to be a 5-second violation, but Griggville is going to be granted a timeout just before the 5-second violation was called. It's going to be a full timeout with 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half, 16-4. We're going to take it as well, but we will be back shortly. Full timeout taken by Griggville, and we are back. Bradshaw set to trigger it in. He looks just like his father. Tell you what, man, Coach Bradshaw, Winchester Tournament seed meeting, he was the life of the party. I tell you what, he had some great one-liners.
I can see that. I got a chance in my professional career to work with Mr. Bradshaw, and I've also had a chance as we get a turnover there by Manson. He's going to take it in, and layup's going to be successful, make it 16-6. But I've got to work with him in my professional capacity with the Mash-Offs, and I've got to referee his games when he was coaching at the varsity level. He was always a treat, man. He was fun. He was intense, but I felt as an official and as somebody who worked with him, I always felt he was pretty fair.
Tell you what, this Griggville defense is just giving fits to West Central at the top. Just good active hands, getting hands on hands in the passing lane, and West Central trying to throw these chest passes, and they're going to have to switch it up, ball fake, get the defense rotating. But a good steal there by Manson. And then again on the other side creates another turnover that leads to Bradshaw at the free throw line. 16-7. Bradshaw set to shoot one more. Foul was on Barber, his first, team first.
Yeah, and it was kind of a silly foul there. Like I said, probably didn't really have a legitimate chance to block the shot, and kind of swung wildly, made it a pretty easy call. All right, Mr. Dorsey, I think he didn't realize how wide open he was. When he did, he kind of just shuffled the feet an extra time, and it's traveling violation called on him. Just going to give the ball back to the Eagles.
Vortman re-enters for West Central. Lear with the basketball, throws it to the corner to Lipkeman. Tell you what, Griggville Perry, I don't know what they're going to do when the Lipkeman family runs out.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a Lipkeman playing basketball for Griggville Perry for, forever, it seems like.
Great family, too.
Oh, yeah. No, I got a chance to talk with Dad a little bit before the game, who he does the book, and I remember as the twins went through both junior high and high school, always going there to referee, always seeing him. Great guy, great family. And we're going to see the youngest one tonight, right now, in the 7th grade game, and then the oldest one's going to be in the 8th grade game. He's a handful as well, as Coker gets a putback there, extending the lead to 18-8.
Lear with the basketball, dribbling. Great defense there by West Central. They just kept forcing him to the corner, and Lear ended up throwing it off at Coker's leg, and they'll get to reset. A couple subs here as Metz and Lipkeman re-enter the game. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half, and what I would say a really good basketball game. Yeah, it's 18-8, but it's been a good basketball game. It's been a lot of activity, a lot of action, a lot of good active hands defensively for both sides. West Central's just been able to convert a little bit more on open shots.
Yep. And there's another traveling violation, just as he broke down, just kind of shuffled the feet a little bit. And I was getting ready to say him dribbling through there, Mr. Coker, he dribbling up as high as he was. You do that too many times to these guys, they're going to get a hand on it and how active they are. And
need to have a plan with the basketball. Metz with a steal. Finds Coker. Coker up and in, and what is such an athletic move for his 7th grade kid. Caught it with his right hand, never dribbled it, never put the left hand on it, just caught, went up, and converted. Now has 8 points on the night.
Yeah, he does some things that on the basketball court that you wonder, like, is he really a 7th grader? And he is, like 100%. But it's, probably as with how big and physical and athletic and skilled he is. And like I said, I feel like he's just kind of scratching the surface of how good he can be down the road.
Metz with a lob stolen by Lipkeman. Bradshaw. And Metz will pick up the foul. It's going to be his first, team second. Just another kind of careless pass. And when there's active hands defensively, you're going to have troubles constantly making those passes. So hats off to Griggville on their defensive pressure here tonight. Just like that, Vortman on the other side. And he's going to convert with a possibility for an and one. Was fouled on the layup. The foul was on number 12, Brody Manson. And kind of a frustration foul right there.
Yeah, had the turnover, which, and I know you see that a lot as an official, where, somebody, whether it's the person who turned it over or not, just you're frustrated, and then you come down and, probably didn't have a chance to block the shot or really contest it, but went up there. And there we got a hustle foul on Knox, who just converted the three-point play.
Yes, he did. 23-8. It's going to be his first team foul or personal foul, team third. And Lear's going to bring it up the floor for the Eagles. And a reaching foul. Team foul number 4. So next foul will put Griggville at the line as they'll be in the bonus. We have more subs. Leedy coming back in the game for Lipkeman.
Good cut there by Mr. Bradshaw, and he's going to finish the and one. Nice little move there.
Absolutely. Great cut, great find, and we'll see if he can convert on the three-point play.
I think Coach Bradshaw probably taught him that move. I bet you that was his move back in the day.
Yeah. Foul was on Hudson Little, his second, team 5th. I believe he's going to have a seat as Ezra Barber is going to re-enter the game. 23-10, 1:25 to play here in the first half.
I got 23-11 on the free throw, or am I wrong?
Well, I haven't really been keeping
Who's
track.
Who's wrong, me or your father-in-law?
I don't know. He's still getting in the flow of things.
Yeah.
I had an inadvertent horn earlier, and
he was telling me he's got the new controller down
new
there,
controller.
Right? That's tough, man. You got a steal there by Chapman. He's going to find Metz, who's going to take it in. Nice defense there by Griggville to get a piece of that shot. And Maddox Chapman, who always seems to get to loose balls. It's amazing how that happens, isn't it?
I think that is a family tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, if he would have watched his cousins and Braden and Chance Little, some of the best offensive rebounding kids I've ever seen. They just have a nose for the basketball.
Yeah.
They just know where it's going to go about every single time, and Maddox is no different. And part of it is you can just chalk it up to this constant hustle, always moving.
And that's the biggest thing I see with him is that he always hustles. And I coach him in baseball as well, and I watch him play football. He just plays hard no matter what he's doing. But then I think especially in basketball, his knowledge, like he can anticipate where the ball is going to go, and that allows him, when you combine that with a tremendous motor, that's a great combination to have.
We're under a minute to play first half. Lob pass, but Metz was able to secure the loose ball. Good skip pass down to the low. Short corner, unable to convert. Another offensive rebound. And if you give Ezra Barber too many opportunities down there, he's gonna get it in the hoop eventually.
Absolutely.
27-11. Pass is lobbed up. Metz comes away with it. Tries to lob it over to Chapman. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Leedy. 10 seconds to play. West Central is going to line up with an out-of-bounds play underneath the hoop.
And for Griggville, Major Martin, number 55, is entered. Give him a little bit of presence inside. Griggville does have a foul to give here.
Good drive by Chapman, just a hair strong. And a full court heave by Lear, but it's no good, and that's how the first half will end. West Central leads 27-11. We're going to take a break, and we will be back in approximately, I'm going to say 12 minutes, maybe 10. 10, 12 minutes for the second half action. So grab something to drink, tune in to the Rushville Industry YouTube channel. Check out the high school game, but don't forget about us because we will be back shortly. Welcome back, everyone. Second half action of the 7th grade game between the Griggville Perry Eagles and the West Central Cougars. Cougars with a pretty solid first half, several mistakes, but it wasn't necessarily careless mistakes. It was mistakes caused by Griggville Perry's pressure. And a great offensive set for Griggville coming out of halftime as Bradshaw gets himself another basket underneath.
Actually, I think that one was Caps. The assist from Bradshaw, number 5. Great job there by Caps is giving the head fake and having the defender go up and getting a good look at it. So then another turnover here by Griggville. I got to remember to do the scoreboard. All right. All right, so we got a holding call there against Knox Vortman. I know I didn't have a very good look at it. I really couldn't see, but it was during the steal, so it's going to be Griggville ball underneath the basket. And we got a jump ball. That should go to the Cougars on the alternating arrow. All right, Griggville's kind of staying in that 1-3-1, kind of a run and jump.
Good ball movement there as Barber kicks it back out to Hudson Little, and he knocks down his second 3 of the night.
Yeah, great job there by Barber when he got it, and I saw him passing it. I was thinking, why aren't you just going up with it? But he knows better than I do. Found his open teammate. We had another turnover there, Knox Wortman. Oh, he's going to turn it back over, and then it's going to get turned back over again. And Hudson Little, after that debacle, is going to get the ball and take it in with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Okay, that foul was charged to Lear. That is his second one on the night. As Hudson steps up and gets the shooter's roll. It's going to extend the lead to 33-13.
Great hands by Chapman, and probably a better job there by Lear knocking it off of Chapman's footer. Otherwise, that was going to be another 2 points for West Central. The lead's up to 20, 33-13, but I can tell you it does not feel like a 20-point ball game.
No, Griggville is definitely playing well, and as I mentioned in the first half, they are not intimidated at all by the Cougars.
Great set there by Griggville, and Caps gets another contested layup. Tough shot, good defense, just sometimes better offense. Barber with it, surveys. Griggville is sitting in that zone, and we're going to have a timeout taken by West Central as Coach Little doesn't see what he doesn't like what he sees. 3:52 to play here in the third quarter. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, 33-15 West Central.
All right, welcome back, basketball fans. So this is one of the things that I really enjoy about basketball. Coach Little calls the timeout to make some adjustments. Griggville Perry, Coach Henson, changes up the defense, which then gives us some fits as far as what we're trying to do. And Coach Little is forced to take another timeout there. Definitely a lot of coaching going on, both ways right now. We got a full timeout. We'll go ahead and stay here. And
both teams are down to only 2 timeouts left in the game, which is kind of crazy, but it's also one of those like, all right, that means you can't use them later.
Yeah, you can't use them later. But just good coaching there, both ways. Adam not liking what we were doing against them, so he calls a timeout. Coach Henson, knowing that they're going to change up their offense, he changes up the defense, shows something new. And who knows, Coach Henson might come out here out of this timeout, something totally different as far as what they're trying to do defensively. So, kind of that cat and mouse game that goes on within basketball. We see it, I know me and you, we see it a lot as officials sometimes. But, of course, we're both baseball coaches. There's not a lot of cat and mouse that goes on in baseball. It's either, you either make the play or you don't. Throw strikes or you don't. So it's kind of fun to see that on the basketball court here. So Metz is going to inbound to Chapman.
Great job there by Caps. Read that. Baited him into throwing that pass.
Yeah. And then I think there's also a situation that whoever the Cougar player was, I forget now, probably could have done a little better job of coming to meet the pass. And then right as we say that, Maddox Chapman gets the steal back, and he's going to take it in and draw the foul. I believe the foul is going to go against Caps. But and I don't know exactly where Griggville falls. I imagine they're probably 1A.
They are. They're 1A. West Central be 2A.
And like I said, I mean, watching the way that they're competing against us tonight, I imagine that Coach Henson's going to have a chance with both the 7th and 8th grade groups to potentially go on a nice run this year in the postseason.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just really good coaching too. You know what I mean? And he has great mentors there at Griggville. And he does a good job. And like you said, he's constantly changing things up. And it's purely coaching. Mm-hmm. And he's a young guy as well, and it's great to see young guys come in and coach, have great mentors, and continue to develop good quality basketball in the area.
Yeah. And actually, outside of, over the years, outside of West Central, Griggville is a school that I went to a lot as an official. So I got a chance to meet Coach Henson early on when he was Coach White's assistant, and kind of watch him grow throughout the year. And he's always been, I feel like he's been a really good coach, but, continually gets better, continually makes adjustments. Not quite sure how that pass got to Coker, but it got there, and he finished the shot. It's going to extend the lead 36-15 Cougars.
Coker now with 10 points on the night, and good pass there by Lear down to Caps. Caps on the other side has, I think he has 10. Maybe not. Yeah, Caps now has 10 of Griggville's 17 points. He's had a really good night.
He has. And he's been really active and a lot of it's all been inside the paint, but just being active, moving, cutting.
And I think you'll see a majority of these kids play the next game, as Griggville only has 4 8th graders.
Yeah. All right, Cougars look like they're going man right now.
That's something they haven't really done tonight.
I think they're going to get a traveling violation there on the Eagles. So we're at the 150 mark in the third quarter.
Foul's going to go on Case Lipkeman, I believe.
And Jace Fryman is in now. And Andrew Metz. Those two guys have checked in.
Max Hanning comes in the game for the first time for the Eagles.
Yeah, that over-the-top pass isn't going to work either way. I feel like both teams tonight have tried that, and we're getting a lot of tips both ways defensively.
And he did. He had backside wide open, but ball fake that, get him to jump, and then you can take a dribble and throw that lob pass.
Yep.
Good shooter's touch there by Jace Fryman.
Yeah, nice little shot there by Jace.
It always amazes me sometimes how the basketball can just stick on the back of on the back of the rim like that.
Well, and I know I'm much older and I didn't grow up around here, but I never had that problem. Like, I felt like if the only time I ever shot a basketball and it went in, I couldn't hit any rim. If it hit any rim, it was bouncing out. And there, talk about shooter's touch, Ezra Barber steps outside the three-point line and knocks down the big three. Extends the lead to 41-17, and we are under 1 minute left in the third quarter. A little pick and roll action there by Griggville. Pretty well defended by the Cougars.
Yeah, I'd just like to see Barber come up and hedge that screen a little bit harder to not allow him to see space for that pick and roll.
A good cut by Lance Lear, but just a little bit better athleticism on the part of Coker to get his hand on that pass. Good entry pass there by Hudson Little to Coker, who shoots, gets his own rebound. He's going to shoot again, and that one is going to be good.
Padding the stats, baby.
Yeah.
Now has 12 on the night. 5 seconds to go. Lear with the basketball. Tried to run an elevator screen to Caps, and they just keep getting further and further out, and they're not going to get a shot up. That's how the third quarter will end. West Central leads 43-17.
All right, welcome back, basketball fans. We are just kicking off this fourth quarter as the Cougars are up 43-17. Got a couple new players in for the Cougars. Mason Stocker is checked in, and as well as Easton Bantile. They're on the court with Knox Fortman, Hudson Little, and Maddox Chapman. For Griggville, number 30, Carter Risley has entered the game. Number 55, Major Martin, who made an appearance late in the first half. And then Mr. Bradshaw still in. So we have a three, rebounded by Bantile. Max Hanning is also in. And number 12, Brody Manson. Those are the... Just as I got those guys in, Coach Little sends in another gaggle of players here. Cash Banger, Jacoby Bigley, and Mr. Dorsey are checking in for the Cougars. Well, Dorsey's going to inbound the ball underneath the basket. He's going to find Jacoby. And Cash Banger just had a little bit too much horsepower on that pass, and it's going to sail out of bounds and give the ball back to the Eagles. The Cougars are going to settle into looks like a 2-3 zone. Bigley's going to apply a little bit of pressure on the ball. And Grigsville doing a nice job. We're kind of working the ball around, try to find some gaps against this zone. That one looked like it was tipped on the shot. Is it going to stay here? I think that was one of those examples. Me and you probably had a little better look than the officials did, especially with the two-man there. But But, as a West Central guy, I'm not going to complain. We'll take the ball back. Jacoby Bigley's going to kind of weave and mix his way through, and it's going to get tipped. Steal by Martin. Shot just off for Bradshaw, and it's going to go out of bounds and get the ball back to the Cougars.
Man, Bigley's got to realize right there, you get that rebound, you go in the stat book.
Yes, that's a stat. Just goes shows how unselfish he is. All right, good entry pass there to Vantai, who finds Stocker on the high-low. Stocker's a little perturbed with himself, I believe, that he missed that one, but we get a steal by Jacoby. Cash Banger's going to dribble, get it back into Stocker. Makes a nice little post move, finds Dorsey, finds Stocker, and he's fouled on the shot, and that is going to send him to the line for 2. Foul's on number 12, Brody Manson. That one sort of rim out. Number 23, Case Lipkeman's going to check back in for the Eagles. And Brody Manson's going to have a seat. Second one's no good, but it's rebounded by Bantile. To Dorsey. Bigley, he's going to work it around to Banger. Back to Bigley. And shot by Bantile is just short. It's going to go out of bounds and get the ball back to the Eagles. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach. First time seeing Griggville this year. Like I said, I know the way it looks, they're going to come out on the short end of this one tonight. But I've come away very impressed with how they play the game and how aggressive they are. Defensively, me and you were kind of talking off air. They had some good looks in the first half where if a couple of those fall, it could have been, maybe a little bit tighter ball game. But pretty impressed with them. And as I was jabbering, Mason Stocker finds Easton Bantile on the cut to the basket. And Easton's going to get fouled on the shot. The basket is going to be good. And Easton's going to have a chance for old-fashioned three-point play as we've got a couple new Cougars coming in. 35 is Mr. Sampson, I believe. I learned his name at the game at Bluffs. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. Also have Jack Dawes and Bryson Bloxham checking in. Also Nate Main. So Coach Little's going to kind of empty his bench and get some guys a little bit of playing time. And we got a jump ball there. It's going to give the ball back to the Cougars. All right, number 50 checking in for Bantile. I believe his name's Yachty, I believe. I know he played JFL with my son, so that's what we're going to go with. Don't know if that's first name, last name. Once again, we are not as prepared as what we should be. Like I said, if we're wrong, we apologize with that, but that's what we're going to go with. But Bloxham's going to break the press. He's going to find Nate Main. Good-looking shot there. It's just going to rim out. And Yachty and number 55, Major Martin, are going to tie that one up. And Griggville's going to take over on the alternating possession. West Central sitting in that 2-3. And that was Mr. Lipkeman who knocks down the big three, and that's going to get Griggville to the 20-point mark. That one's going to be a turnover there. And Nate Main's going to grab the rebound, and then he's going to turn it over. to number 1, Max Henning, who's not able to make the basket there.
You know, though, in that situation, though, Henning wasn't able to convert, but the first attempt, he went up, left-handed side, 6th grader, with his left hand.
Yeah.
So working on the fundamentals, doing things right. It's funny, though, he missed it with the left hand, got the steal, came back, went with the right hand the second time.
But, no, like you said, it's good to see, guys, and, and as we talked about, Coach Henson does a good job coaching his players, and that's an example of, doing things the right way. Even if it doesn't lead to success at this very moment, by learning how to do that the right way, that's something that's going to help him not only as he moves through junior high basketball as a 7th and 8th grader, but as he moves through the high school program. And that rebound is ripped down by Yachty, who finds Bryson Bloxham, who's going to get it across the half-court line. Nate Main's going to look to attack, and he's going to pick up. That pass to Van Tile. Squids away as we are under 1 minute. And Nate Main is going to put that one home for 2. That makes it 47-20. And we are about 20 seconds left in this one. As Bryson Bloxham's going to get the steal, he's going to pull it out. Almost turn it over, but hold on to the possession. I'm going to be off the air for this next game. I believe you got my replacement. Coach Likes is here, which allows me to just kind of be a dad for this next game and probably save myself from an embarrassing moment on air. But for those of you that joined us tonight, I was glad to bring you the game with Coach DeWitt. Big win for the Cougars. As we talked about, a good test for this team to see some things that they haven't really seen this year. And, they come out on top 47-20. Coach DeWitt, you got anything to add before we take a little break for the 8th grade game?
We're going to take about a 15-minute break, and we'll have 8th grade action coming to you shortly. So in the meantime, get on, watch the high school boys in their season opener, and tune back in at about 7:20 here.
All right, Jason Likes here. Welcome everybody to the 8th grade game. Alexander wins the tip. Grant Moore surveys the floor. Swings it across to Pressey. Pressey with a runner down the middle, and it's good. Lipkeman with the ball. Back to Lipkeman, looks baseline and loses it. It's going to be a turnover. Good defense there by Alexander. Looks like Lipkeman is going to stick around, give a little token pressure here. We'll skip across to Pressey, skip back. Alexander hesitates and drives. Great take down the middle and great finish. Alexander for 2. Got a couple 7th graders starting here. They both have touched the ball here. Good look from 3, no good. Rebound to Hoots. Shovels it off to Pressey. Pressey looks down the middle, loses it. It's going to be a jump ball. That will be Griggville Perry ball. Excuse me. That's correct. Griggville Perry ball. Lair with the ball. Grant Moore guarding. Man-to-man defense for your Cougars. Little screen and roll here by Griggville Perry. It's busted up nicely, but tipped opposite side. Someone's got to squeeze it. Ultimately, it ends up in the Cougars' hands. Grant Moore. Quick movement here. Mason Alexander again. Gets to the block, skips out. Pressey open for 3. No good, but great rebound by Brock Fuller. A little contact, still finishes. 6-0 Cougars. Great hustle play there, but it ends up tipping to Lipkeman. Gets stuck under the basket, skips across, back to Lipkeman. Corner 3, and that starts the scoring for Griggville Perry. Mason Lipkeman for 3. Alexander splits the D. They're going to say that's a travel. It was actually a nice slow stutter step through there, but sometimes you make it look awkward and you open the door for the call. So nonetheless, turnover on Alexander. Griggville Perry ball. Lair surveys. Back to Lipkeman. Second chance at the 3, but he's going to follow his own shot and get there. Ball's tipped around, stays with the Eagles. Ball's fumbled in the middle there by Lipkeman, and it's going to be a jump ball, and this time it will belong to the Cougars. Looks like they're going to bring everybody up this time. Looking like a diamond and 1. Yep. Pressey with a good head fake. Splits it, draws a foul. That's going to be a cheap one on Lipkeman. He's got to be smart there. Colby Pratt will come in for Bryson Hoots. 6-3, 3 to go in the first quarter. Cougars have the lead. Dump down to Brock Fuller. Kicks it back out to Alexander. Up top to Pressey. Good shooter here. Makes me look good. 3's good. 9-3 Cougars. It's 5 quick ones for Pressey to start the game. Lipkeman comes off. Good find right there. And good finish by the big fellow, Leo Dunham. 9-5. Off to a good start here for both teams. Pressey with fumbles the ball here. It's going to end up in Griggville Perry hands. look to push, but they play safe. Their surveys. Back to Lipkman. He has a shooterish look, like he'll pull up anywhere. Shot fake on the baseline. They're going to call Mason Alexander for the reach there. That'll be his first, team first. Griggville Perry will have the ball out of bounds underneath their basket. Here comes another sub. That's Jordy Ray. He's going to get Brock Fuller a breather. Into Lair, over to Lipkman. Just ISO in the post here, not a lot of action yet, but great take by Lipkman, just too strong. Alexander on the push. Good crossover, back dribble. He thought he was gonna get a over and back call there, but he didn't. May have been better just eat it and see if the referee calls it or not, but turnover on Alexander leads to shooting foul on Brady Pressey. That's Brody Manson shooting 2 free throws. First one's no good. Manson's a 7th grader. Little housekeeping there. The call was on Brady Pressey. They were trying to figure out the correct call. Second one's up, no good. And they're going to get Alexander for 2 quick fouls here. Alexander was in good position for the rebound, but the ball ended up kind of carrying over him, and then they're going to say he kind of grabbed on to prevent the Griggville Perry player from getting the rebound, and that'll be a quick exit for him with 2 quick fouls. Probably won't see him for a little bit here. Brock Fuller back in the game, though. Ball swings across Lair. Nice defense there, just didn't pay off. Then a good dump pass there, but 2 good shots there at the rim are going to lead to no points and a jump ball. But it's Leo Dunham. They're doing a good job of finding him at the rim, and it's a good take by him. Good strong take, just didn't fall. Lob into Lipkman. Thinks twice and goes back up anyways. And gets involved in his own rebound. Good job of Colby Pratt to be there. Pressey will bring it up. Little 3/4 court diamond here. Ball's going to find short corner. And it is going to still be Cougar ball. Looks like Liberty sets up in, not Liberty. Griggville Perry sets up in a 2-3 underneath. Grant Moore with the fake and then pulls up. No good, rebound 2. Brody Manson, excuse me. Look to skip ahead. Shot fake. They really want to get it inside if they can. Lipkman skip out. That's probably got to be taken by Lair. Play on though. Look for the back cut. Not there. Reverse it. Booth gets stuck. Lair surveys. Skip. Looks like they're going to not force the 3 in certain scenarios until they get a good look inside. And right on cue, there's their good look. Great job by Dunham there to handle that ball. It looks like he didn't have a clean catch and still managed to finish the play. So kudos to him. And here's Lipkman. Will be off him, but good hustle play by him. He'll be on the sideline here. Grant Moore looks to trigger in, and here comes Alexander back in. Again, he has 2 fouls here, 14.7. Cougars are on the offensive side of the ball, though, so probably why he's in here for maybe a final play. Stuck in the corner. Turnover, 6 seconds left. He's going to heave early. It may have been tipped, though. This may pay off. Never mind. So the Cougars have 1.9 left. Try to make something happen full court. They're going to roll it. Presley's going to scoop. He's going to lose it out of bounds. It's going to be a wash because nothing's going to happen here. In fact, Tim Reif says let's end the quarter, but the rules state you can't do anything with a tenth of a second, but one thing you can do is get fouled. So, and that does it for the first quarter. Good game here as your West Central Cougars lead the Griggville Perry Eagles 9-7. We'll take a break and see you in 60. And we're back here as both teams finish up their huddles. Our high school boys are opening tonight at Rushville. Looks like it's 6-4 as we speak. And tomorrow night, we got two home openers. The high school boys will be here against Springfield Calvary, which looks to be an outstanding game already as we kick off the boys' season. And our very own girls, high school girls, will open it up at Bluffs tomorrow night against Porta. We are 2-0 currently, but we have our first home game tomorrow night too. So a lot of action in the area. Lipcom in with the steal, and he'll take it all the way. Just kind of goes a little too deep, catches the backside of the backboard there, but that's the right take. He's a good player, and he needs to, do that every chance he can. Pressey, a little bit of a panic there, turn and throw. Lipcom struggles. And great hustle by Jordy Ray to come back and get that block. And here we go the other way with Brock Fuller. Pulls it out. Probably the right choice. And they'll look to skip and reverse it. That's the right play there, too. Look inside by Colby Pratt. Draws the double, which is Griggville Perry staple. And this is going to be a big foul because this is Lipcom's second foul early on here in the second half. So it's like Coach Hansen says, let's roll with it. So rolling with two fouls, I'm never going to go against that. But if he gets three, he'll be done till the second half. I mean, that's pretty generally how he play it. Pressey with another ill-advised pass. He's got frustration right there and a good learning experience. He's got to take care of it here in the zone. I know he will. Up top to Lair. Out to Lipcom, guarded by Grant Moore. There's your screen and roll, and Brock Fuller denies the entry. 9-7, 5 minutes left here in this second quarter. First broadcast for me this year. There's a give and go on the inbound. Love that play, and then just sitting backside is number 12, Brody Manson. Really nice looking inbound play there. Ball's turned over up top again. Away we go the other way. That's Preston Booth taking it to the rim, and they're going to say we got a shooting foul there. That is another key second foul. That's Pressey with his second. Did a pretty good job of defending that. It's one of those that, as a player, you want to attack the basket because you put a call in the hands of the referees and got a chance to get a big play. We're going to get a timeout here from our Cougars. It's just a 30-second. I'll stay with you here. .442, 9-9. This Griggville Perry team, I saw them, went downstairs real quick, and I saw the 8th grade boys. There's not very many. There's 4 of them. But they have the basketball look. They have the right size. athletic looking. And if you got a boy from Griggville Perry with the last name Lipkman, you know you got yourself a basketball player. So as much as they are stuck relying on some 7th graders here, I'm seeing an absolute competitive team here. And for our boys' sake, I'm glad we get a good matchup tonight. And get a chance to learn from some early mistakes here and hopefully become better basketball players by the end of the night. Second was no good. Brock Fuller, great rebound, turns and finds Mason Alexander. We got our entire backcourt right now with 2 fouls each. So there's another turnover for Pressey, trying to get it to Grant Moore, and just the frustration's weighing on him, you can tell. Back in comes Lipkaman. We got Hoots coming in too. Braxton Capps takes a seat for the Eagles. Lipkaman will bring it up, guarded by Grant Moore. High screen by Lair. See if Lair shoots this. He's given up on it a couple times and absolutely pure on that one. That gives the Eagles a 3-point lead with that 3-point basket by Lair. So see if the Cougars can answer down here. Currently they're in a trap with Grant Moore, and so Coach Little has to bail him out with a timeout. He's going to go full, so we'll take a break here and we'll be back in 60. Thanks for listening. We are back. Cougars trail 9-12 here to the Griggville Perry Eagles. Coach Matt Henson doing a great job with his squad. Adam Little, as usual, has both teams ready to play here, so I'm getting my money's worth tonight, getting to watch this game. And they're going to call an illegal screen here on Bryson Hoots. It's one of those out in front of the floor. Wasn't a major illegal screen, but when all eyes are on you, it's pretty easy to see if somebody's moving or whatever they're doing here. So nonetheless, a turnover and back to Griggville Perry. Lair brings it up, finds Dunham. Kick back out, that's number 24. We're going to call a foul here too. We got quick fouls here. See what's on. Brock Fuller, I believe that's his first. Yep, it was on Fuller, team third. Too easy inside. A couple times Booth's had a hard time finishing, but some good looks here. That's a simple inbound play where the defender's not looking, they just throw it backside. Press will bring the ball down. He struggled with turning the ball over tonight. I'd like to see him, right the ship, take care of the ball in this zone. That was a good pass. Mason Alexander had a little trouble handling it, and he turns it over. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds, I believe. So it'll be a turnover on the Cougars, and it'll go back to Griggville Perry. Well, the under their perspective, our boys are up 14-13 against Rushville tonight. So after halftime here, turn on that game, and or at halftime or after this game, check on your high school Cougars because they're going to need some attention. There's Dunham with a good finish. He's probably his hardest shot of the night and got it to go, so all is right for him. 14-9, Griggville Perry. Grant Moore gets trapped again. They're going to call a foul. That's on number 24, Preston Booth. His first, team second. Moore inbounds it to Pressey. Gonna get through the middle of the zone. Little runner. He likes that shot. That's good. We needed that. He needed that. A little confidence boost. And all is well. He looks happy again. So ball reverses around. That's Boot. Excuse me, that is Dunham. They do not have Lipkeman on the floor here, so offense looks a little bit different. Defense doesn't have to focus in on one player here, so there's a tip by Pressey. Great hustle. Just great effort all around by the Cougars. Hoots comes down the middle, goes up into the defender, kind of turned into a tough reversal, and just off the front. Ball come back to Griggville. Outside, dumped inside. Oh, tough finish. Leo Dunham, 2 more points. 8 points on the night for him, and he leads all scorers. There's that split down the middle for Pressey out to Alexander. Really nice controlled take there, just doesn't fall, but can live with those shots. 16-11, 1:52 to go. Looks like they're gonna be patient and buy some time with Mason Lipkeman on the bench, but there's your soft inside. Really making offense easy on Griggville to let that ball get inside there. That's where you want to get it against the zone. So we got a little contact there, no call. Pressey drives in, finds Fuller. Fuller turns into the contact. There's Moore. Shot fake, goes all the way under. Good kick out, and they're going to call Mason Alexander for the travel. And that is, for the entire Cougar squad, that's, I'm not keeping track of turnovers, but I think they'd all agree that's too many turnovers tonight. The unforced, especially against this zone. It's not like, we've been trapped a few times, but it's not like they're all over us man-to-man in our face. It's simple, technical stuff that we got to clean up, whether it's bad passes or travels or, going out of bounds. Lipkeman in the corner for 3 would have been big for them, but instead, Jordy Ray with a huge rebound. Big possession here for the Cougars, 16-11. Be nice to close this in as we get under a minute to go in this first half. Good skip pass by Grant Moore, just mishandled by Jordy Ray, and they'll reset up top. Back to Moore. Jordy Ray for 3, lefty is up and no good. Big rebound, Lennox Koch gives him a second chance, no good. And Lipkeman looks to push. Back to Lipkeman. Lennox Koch comes in the game, makes an instant impact on that offensive board, gives us a second chance for that 3. Grant Moore comes up. They do have a foul or 2 to give, so you can be a little aggressive here as long as you don't get yourself in foul trouble. But 18 seconds, and it looks like they're going to go for one shot, and just judging by Coach Little's reaction, they're not looking to foul there. They're looking to pressure, but keep your hands back and be smart. Lipkeman underneath, kick out. He's hit one already. That's Lair. Good rebound and put back there by 32. Back up, fall away, no good. Gonna need one more shot there, no good. A lot of action, but nothing to show for it. Regardless, we've got ourselves a good ball game here as your West Central Cougars are losing right now, 16-11 to Griggville Perry Eagles. We'll take a break and be back to kind of summarize this second half with a few minutes to go before we kick off the second half. So taking a breather, we'll see you in a few. We are back. Trying to figure this out, Derek. Let somebody jump on with me here. We got Derek Chapman in the house to help me out. So here we are. It'll be Griggville Perry ball with the lead, 16-11 over your West Central Cougars. Yeah, why not? Why not? Just do them all.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to get our technicals figured out here.
Well, me and Grant did a whole first half of the girls' game the other night, and was it was unplugged.
I think I was watching that because I was like, I guess nobody's broadcasting tonight. So
We done really good, by the way.
it's your best stuff. All right, Griggville Perry comes out. Swing to the corner to Lair. Back across. Your man of the hour, Mason Lipkeman. Back to the corner. Lair pulls up. Not squeezed by Brady Pressey. He'll come back out to Lipkeman. Thinks about it. Hesitates. No one ever stops him. Maybe hesitated too many, but no call there. So pretty easy finish inside. He never really got any resistance.
No, nobody slid over to help.
Needs to be careful though. He's got 2 fouls. He's getting a little bump happy there, but got away with it and led to a GP turnover and basket the other way. 20-11. There's more pressure. Good job of Mason Alexander to handle it. Good catch by Brock Fuller. Spin move, beautiful, just off target. Frustration with Fuller, but that was good. Okay, we'll give him that. Either way, good take. Back to Lair. Lair thinks about it. They leave him alone in the corner again. He could drop off. Awkward shot pulled up there, but great rebound by Hoots. Weathers some contact and gets it back in the hands of Pressey. Ball skipped across to Alexander. Good dump pass down to Hoots, and there's a man in the middle. Just bringing it down to the little guy. We got a foul. Fuller goes up strong. Tim Reif says 2 shots here, so we'll see who it's on. Reif says 10. That's Leo Dunham, and that is only his first. So 20-11, 4:15. 7th grade took care of business earlier. As Fuller's first is up and good. Important free throw there for your Cougars. And at halftime there for our boys, they have a slim 3-point lead, 29-26 over at Rushville. So a lot of good basketball for West Central right now. Second one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Caps. Lipkeman to Lair. Ends up back in his hands. Good high post look. Nothing comes out of it though. Air burst to the corner to Lair. Ball's tipped right to the post. Coming back to Lair. No heavy pressure here by West Central, so not forcing Griggville Perry. Yeah, when we're down 8. Look by Lair, no good. Back to Alexander and back to Pressey. Pressey comes up the left side, left-handed. There's that almost turnover. Fuller, little head shake, lob. Just kind of an awkward possession there.
Yeah.
Just, I think too much thinking, not enough basketball right there. Ball in the corner, back across to Booth. Booth maybe took steps. Back to Lair, back to Booth, to the corner. And that's Caps. I'm going to say that is off. Lip come in, yes. Yep. So it'll be West Central ball. Into Caps. Caps kind of didn't face up, didn't leave his feet. Pretty easy to block a guy when he plays it that way. So miscommunication on the sub here. Brody Manson will come in. Give Caps a breather. And there's your extended diamond and one. And they're going to run the trap all the way over to the base or sideline. Good take by Pressing. Grant Moore wide right. Good rebound though by Alexander, and he tries to face up and had the look there with Jordy Ray. Just too many hands in the way. Love the look. To the corner. No good. That's going to probably stay here. Pressy tipped it off the backside there. And the Cougars will man up. Inbound play, cross and seal. Too easy on the backside there. Fuller's got to fight around or they got to switch, whatever, but just caught him off guard. 22-12, 10-point lead, first double-digit lead of the game by anybody. There's your steal again in that corner. Up to Lipkaman. Meet me at the rim. Good challenge by Alexander, but that is going to be his third. So critical foul there. Tough spot, down 10. Do you challenge? Do you give him the points?
You about have to if you're already in foul trouble.
Yeah, and we need Mason on the floor. Yep. That was a Mason on Mason crime there. That'll be 2 free throws for Lipkaman. First one's good. Colby Pratt comes in, and as we kind of expected, Alexander will have a seat with his third foul. Soma's up, no good. Good rebound by Brock Fuller, and good ball handling there to rip pivot out. Here's where the action's been. We're trying to get, Pressy's trying to get past that double, and every time he's tried to go to Grant Moore, it's been pretty dangerous right there with someone spying that pass.
Yeah, the weak side's been open, just like that.
Yep, Jordy Ray's on the backside. Good take by Fuller. And he's going to get 2 from that. That's a big play. That's the stuff we need right now because we're really struggling just getting the ball into offense. So any little dirty points we can get, whether it's a second chance basket or getting to the free throw line here is going to be important. First one's good. Gets it back to a 10-point game here. Second one of Fuller's is short. Touches about 4 players until it finally lands in the hands of Lipkaman. Looked across to Booth. Booth back to Lair. Extends a little bit there on the defense, but when they do that, they open up their high post.
Yep.
Lipkaman in the corner. Works back out, finds a seam. Terrific take, just didn't get the finish, but high-level move there by Mason. Colby says he had an easy outlet, but he says, let's make it the hard way. Dangerous pass by Grant Moore, but leads to a great find, and Jordy Ray kind of goes up flat-footed and gets blocked, and Brock Fuller just another one of those possessions where nothing was really taken strong or the right way, and goes the other way with empty possession. A lot of action there too, but they're going to just say turnover on Lipkaman. I saw some stuff, but we're in the best seat in the house.
Well,
and, for our sake,
much complaining about
for
it.
our sake, I'm not going to hear me yell at a ref.
Not today.
Not tonight. I'm also a 49ers fan. I got a game tonight, and every time I look down, we've turned it over. So I don't know if I'm just going to turn my game off.
Wasn't that score 29-26?
Yeah, I don't know. It was 29-26 halftime. The Cougars must have scored in halftime while nobody was looking. Just kidding, but I don't know. Maybe there's a score discrepancy and they figured it out. But Cougars are up by 4 now at the half over at Rushville. First game of the season for the boys, and close game, and might be, part of the reason why this is a close game, but hats off to Rushville because from what we've watched, especially Carter Freetag's playing really well. Good player for them. Ball's fumbled around, goes to Koch. Kind of a panic pass there. I want to see him slow down a little bit, but pressure just running at him. Grant's got to learn you can't dribble through that, That's going to get Ray a foul, just cheap pickup foul.
You got to stay away from the corners.
Yeah, you got to stay out of the corner, and if you get it there, it's got to zip back out. I mean, you can't dribble through that. Can't believe he even didn't get a baseline turnover there. Grant will have a seat. Blair will bring it up. They're up 10, 23-13, 46 seconds to go. They set the lob. Goes a little deep. So it's just going to be a foul under the basket. Might be Ray again.
Yep.
That's his second quick one, but Still only team third, so 42.9. No foul trouble there yet. All right, let's clean up this inbound defense. Much better this time. Forces a deep pass. Great hustle play by Jordy Ray, but he caught it and fell to the floor with it. We're going to call him for a travel on that. Come into Lipkeman. I did hear Frey's last shot thrown around there, so we'll see if they hold for one. They do have a double-digit lead going in the fourth. I think they would have taken that getting off the bus tonight. So we're going to try to take care of it, put it in your best player's hands, and either create a foul, which Jordy Ray's getting after it. Not the end of the world, but he's got to be smart now. Well, first of all, that's his third foul in this possession, I believe, but don't want to foul again here. So I don't mind the pressure, just maybe don't need the foul because now you give them a chance to put good shooter in Mason Lipkeman on the free throw line here if we're not careful. 15 seconds left, still setting up, final play. Count's not there, now he's counting. Now it's released. 8 seconds. Looks to get it there. Lazy pass, we got to go get that. Hand off, gonna be a kick out. Not gonna be anything here, not gonna count. Oh, the basket's good too. Just got to be released earlier. Oh, Coach Hansen's trying to influence Devin Workman. He laughs him off. Unlike our high school Cougars, they didn't get any extra points after the quarter. All right, Derek. We roll in the fourth. We'll just stay here. I'll throw some ads up for our sponsors. We appreciate you, but we got 7 great boys. They're undefeated, coming off a opening season championship of our very own Winchester Invitational Tournament. What do they got next? Do you know? Don't mean to put you on the spot, but
Pittsfield tomorrow night.
Pittsfield tomorrow night. That's right. So we got 3 teams in action tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Pittsfield, Bluffs, and Winchester. High school boys will open up their home opener tomorrow night against a really tough Springfield Calvary team. Coach Seasting told me, they're state ranked, but he feels like they should be. He considers them like top 5 area. So obviously, no joke there. As good as our boys are, that's definitely going to be a good game regardless. Pittsfield for our junior high boys, and our girls will have their 3rd game of the season, but open up at Bluffs, finally a home game against a good Porta team. Just watch play tonight. Fourth quarter, down 10, it'll be Cougar ball, and there's that tough sideline pass. Jordy Ray pulls up with left hand. Needed it. Good finish.
Good move right there.
Yep.
Jordy.
Love it, he went baseline left side because you can't really block that shot with a lefty shooter. Dribble attack, nobody stops ball. Lipkeman into the rim. Yep. In fact, we were chasing a man away. You got to be ball aware, and kick out to Moore, swung back. Pressey hasn't shot much tonight. Off the hands of Lennox Koch, who's busting it down there trying to get that rebound, but sometimes an air ball is the hardest shot to rebound.
Yeah.
25-15, 5:20 to go. Jordy's got to be careful. He's got 3 or 4, maybe 3.
Maybe 3,
Yeah. He's getting a little handsy, but they do need to create, so I don't mind it. Just keep yourself out of trouble. Lair gets it back to Lipkeman. Lair's a good ball handler. He's just doesn't have the size Lipkeman has. Iffy screen there. I don't know if he made contact, but Grant Moore goes down. There's your kick out to Lair. Big 3, and it's good. 7th grader has hit 2 of those tonight in this 8th grade game, and it looks like he should be shooting them. All right, what do we got here? We're going to call an offensive foul on Pressey. Got bodied up by Lipkeman, although this is delayed. Yeah, they're going to call it on Pressey. They're going to say he got bodied up by Lipkeman and then pushed off. And I saw it all. There wasn't a ton of action there.
Like a no-call to me.
Well, let's rewind it. Let's let them know we disagree and see how they do. Grant Moore, heavy pressure here, but the overplay gives up the baseline, and Mason Alexander's just a little late. And we've got ourselves a 15-30 game here. Something's got to go right now. Not out of control, but Cougars have got to have something happen. Starts maybe with this 3. Maybe this fall away. Anything's got to go here, and there it is. That's going to be an and one for Mason Alexander. Really great effort on the Cougars' part down there for multiple players, but we got what we needed with the and one. Mason Alexander. Brock Fuller will check in for Lennox Koch, who did a nice job with his time on the floor there. See if Alexander can knock this in, get it back to a 12-point game. And he does. 4:16, sounds like we're going to pick up. Man-to-man, it looks like.
Nobody's deep.
Maybe weren't ready, though. Brock Fuller's going to get a block. Super close. Love the effort. I don't disagree with the call. Get that point on there. Yeah, 30-18. And Fuller will have a seat. That's only a second. But we might be, he might be trying to sub in, sub out, try to go small, try to go big when they can. Because Griggville's not exactly a big team. It's got some athletes with good size that are more guards than anything. Alexander with the pressure, good poke. Really smart play there by Booth. He sealed out Alexander, so Lipkeman could get back to that ball. Love that play right there, but good defense. We got ourselves a call up top, a hold, Tim Reif says. Calling on 23. That is, wow, that's going to be big. That's Pressey's fourth. 3:58 here. He can't afford to get a fifth foul. Obviously, he'd be out. One of our top scorers. So I'd like to see him do whatever it takes to stay on the floor. I still want to see him on the floor. Going to get Grant for that. Good defense, good defense. Kind of hand fighting from both guys there, so it's just those times where it's 50-50. Good coverage by Grant. Love the defense there. Ooh, Booth almost thought he's going to throw it over and back. Back in the hands of Lipkeman. Got to be careful. In a tough spot here. Catch 22. Got to guard. Also can't foul, so we'll also put them on the line if we foul here. So we're in a tough spot. Down double digits. Lipkeman gets all the way to the rim and scores 32-18. I mean, he's a great player.
Right.
Late call here by Reif. They're going to say it was a foul. Nice kick save by Reif, but blocking foul on Lipkeman. That's his third. And that could change the game here if he gets another quick one. But it's a 14-point game, 3:30 left. We need a bucket. We need some points right here. Actually, there's that foul. Very dangerous pass. That was a 50-50 ball.
Yes, it was.
I'm glad it went in our favor, but wasn't exactly a direct pass. So, but yeah, sure enough, I called it. So quick foul here. With him off the floor, we got to play hyper aggressive on both ends of the floor. Starts with this 3 take by Pressey, short. No effort on the rebound there. Got to have it. Got to get up. We got to have a ball. Couple steals and layups, quick buckets would be nice. Got to get in that no help mode. Got to take each one on, and you can do that. There's your turnover. But you can afford to play that no help D right now with Lipkeman off the floor. He's been the only guy that's proven he can get to the rim on the dribble. Not saying there aren't other players, but nobody's had to prove it yet. And so don't help. Get your own man. Look to steal. Make them panic. And 1 for 1 on that effort. Mason splits. Pulls up. Maybe a little contact. Got to have that backside board. Got to crash. Got to sell out. Take your fouls. Whatever you got to do. But that clock goes fast when you're down by double digits. Might have traveled there. Yep. There's just more pressure. More pressure. Got to suction cup to all 5 guys. We got to have a good look here. We got good looks. We got to finish.
Got to have some guys crashing the boards, too.
Yeah, for sure. Second chance, third chance till we score. Alexander surveys, skips across to Grant Moore, rushes the catch and loses it, and Pressey rushes the dribble. Had his mind made up he was going to pass and double dribbled. And Coach Little will take timeout here, much needed. It looks like we're going to go full, so we'll give you a second away from us. See you in 60. And we're back. 32-28. And it is Griggville ball. They're discussing. Yeah, it's Griggville ball. And Lipkeman's back on the floor. Kind of wasted our opportunity, didn't get any points with him off the floor, so now going to have to do it the hard way. He rips through a couple doubles, and I think Coach was worried about a 5-second call, so Coach Hansen takes a smart timeout there. No rush as they lead by 14. I don't know Griggville's record, but I like what I see. And, you know, with them relying on 7th graders, they'll only get better as the year goes on, as those guys grow as young players. But on the 8th grade side, Leo Dunham, Preston Booth, Mason Lipkeman, those 3 8th graders have had a huge impact tonight in their own sense. And then, you know, Lance Lair with a couple threes, handled the ball really well. Braxton Caps, said Brody Manson quite a few times, so it's a nice balance of 7th and 8th grade to be competitive when you're short on numbers. They only have 4 8th graders, so. Lipkeman fakes the screen, pops back out. Set up, Grant Moore, really good defender. Probably working a count there. I wouldn't say he ever lost it, but Workman says it was enough. If you get that shoulder by, though, they do have to pull it off. So. And they're eventually going to call it on Moore. Maybe he had 2 hands on. But here on out, it'll be 2 free throws, as the Cougars have reached 5 team fouls. 2:02 left here in the fourth, in the game. I'm also watching the 3rd quarter over here for our West Central Cougars. Have a slim 4-point lead with 2:30 left in the 3rd, and just looks like a heck of a game we're missing, Derek. I almost called the game. I'm watching. Almost said foul. All right, Lipkeman looks for his second when he missed the first, I believe. We missed the first. Scrum for the ball. It's one of those times where we got to have it. Brock Fuller crashing the boards there and then got stuck going the wrong way probably, and ended up with Griggville Perry ball, and they called another timeout. They're deciding they're going to take another full. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this high school game, and we'll get back to you in 60 seconds. All right, we're back to you. Just under 2 minutes here. 14-point game. Something special is going to have to happen for us to win this one. We're going to have to, first of all, get the ball back and just prove that we can score here. We haven't really got much at the rim. Not a lot of finishes at the rim. Have had some good second chance opportunities, miss or make. And the 3-ball really hasn't been there. And just, I think the story of the night's been turnovers. This Rushville defense has turned us over.
We're missing on some opportunities, too. Yeah. Send him to the line, and he misses both of them.
Yep. So just one of those things where you got 2 minutes left to fix it, but you got a lot to fix. Backcourt to Lipkeman. Matched up with Grant Moore. Lipkeman did miss his last 2 free throws, so I don't know what the strategy is here, but he isn't that guy that's knocked in 100% all night, so Moore's all over him. Looking to get a 5, and then Lipkeman just clears it all. He gets a new count. So there's another timeout by Coach Hansen. I think he's just trying to run this in intervals. Reset. We've got ourselves a 30. Oh no, another full. We'll be back. 1:33 to go. Score hasn't changed recently, 32-18. That's good news for Griggville, but that's bad news for your Cougars here. We need the ball back, and we need points. Inbound struggles, and there it is. It's going to be 2 quick ones for Alexander. There it is. Pressure will pick back up. 32-20. Ball's into Lipkeman. Splits through 3 guys, goes to the rim. Jordy Ray gets in on the action, but too strong for Lipkeman there, and he gets 2 quick ones. And we're right back at it. Can't trade points here. Got to score and get it back. There's a turnover on the trap at the top there. That's a double dribble, but they're going to let him rip through and dribble again. But we'll let it happen because Jordy Ray pulls up. Tough shot. Back out to the Cougars. Kick out for 3. Decides to skip it. And but lucky for us, we do have a turnover there. But I'd like to see Alexander just go up. You need points in a hurry.
Right.
You got to have that run where you make 3 threes or something here, contested or not. You don't have time to set up for a possession. Alexander will key it in on the sideline here at the 28. 52 seconds left. Pressies pressured up top. Skip to Ray. Skipped across. Good movement. Good split. Good decision there. Just sold that he was going to hand it off and split. 22-34. Mason's 12th point, and that leads the Cougars for points. And gotta love this by the young fella. He pulls it out, makes everybody have to foul him. Probably earned one there. See what 12 does. He kicks it back out. Well coached here. 12-point game here. Back to Lair. Lipkeman close to the timeline. And finally a foul. Too little, too late. At that point, you can let it play out.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think the coaches were hollering, don't foul.
Don't foul. It's natural, though, to just not let him go to the basket and score. And we got some subs showing up out here. So Cougars will call it a night. The starters and key players like Jordy Ray. First one's no good. Here come your 5 fresh faces. This is when the action starts now. We got to at least see 1 bucket from White, right? Although GP chooses to remain on the floor, so
yeah,
might be easier said than done. Second one is no good again. 7th grader cuts through, gets that rebound, and nonetheless, that'll lead to what we thought would happen anyways. Held ball, run this clock out. Well played game by Griggville Perry. We got 34-22. Your Cougars take the loss tonight, but they'll look to rebound tomorrow night at Pittsfield. Thanks for listening. For Derek Chapman, I'm Jason Likes, and we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.